you a fan of the Dragon Ball Super card game? If so, check out QueenCityGaming.com for sealed product, singles, and more. Just use promo code MafubaJar-10 to save 10% off your order every time.
Welcome back to Mafuba Jar. We've been sitting away for another amazing deck profile. And today I'm going to be giving you guys another Broly deck profile. Now, I profiled Broly not too long ago with my Universe 7 engine, but this time it's going to be with the Great Ape engine. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water there. But it's like I said in the last video, he's under that category that Super Saiyan 3 Goku was and the one that Shenron is under. There's really almost nothing you can't build with this guy. And it's so awesome. Like, he's just that versatile of a leader. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Like, there's practically nothing you can't build with this guy. And let me show you why. His auto is amazing. When this card attacks, you may choose one card from your life, add it to your hand, and if you do, you get to draw a card. And he awakens at 4 life, restaying 2 energy, and you have Broly, the awakened threat. When he attacks, draws a card, and he has 2 activate mains. You get to choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode, so it's really good for dealing with those annoying blockers that don't have barrier. And his other activate mains what makes him really just insanely powerful. You add a life to your hand, and you get to choose up to one of your cards in rest mode and switch it to active mode. And that means anything. That can mean your battle cards, it can mean your energy, it can mean this particular leader right here, it can mean a field if you have it out and put it in rest mode. So it can be anything. And it's just so insanely busted. Not to mention he's a yellow sand that has the Frieza's army trait, so that has so much potential to work with right there. And let's go ahead and look at the deck itself. As I said, this is the Great Ape deck profile with all the ape stuff, so of course we are running 4 copies of Planet Vegeta. Arguably the heart and soul of any Great Ape deck. Minus Baby, of course, but even then, when it comes to baby cards, Planet Vegeta is amazing. So, when you activate this, you search your deck for a sand that's a 4-drop or less and add to your hand any sand whatsoever. Color, doesn't matter whatsoever, so that's already busted right there. And the other auto is at the end of your turn, you switch all Great Apes in your battle area to active mode. And for those of you who don't know, nearly all Great Apes have blocker. So you get to go ahead and attack with the apes and switch them back to active mode to go ahead and block attacks. Alright, and another card which could also be argumentative as the heart and soul of the deck will be 4 copies of Grand Priest Lord Shugesh. Wow, I have not said that in forever. Now this card kind of died off because of Cronoa, but honestly a lot of people are not running Cronoa right now. So Shugesh is like the perfect card for you. Not to mention when it comes to Great Apes, you do have to take the risk with Shugesh. Just because you can do like 2 Shugesh, do like 2 Jocko or Beerus, but when it comes to Great Apes, I personally feel that you have to take the risk by running 4. He just speeds up your play so much. Especially with being able to get out this guy here for free, which I'll go over him in a little bit. And yeah, he just brings down any 3-drop or lower Saiyan for free when you super combo with him when your life's at 4 or less. And he's just really busted. But let's go ahead and take a look at some other Shugesh targets first. We have 2 copies of Vegeta striving to be the best and Son Goku striving to be the best. And these are 2 of the feature rares that you get in Clash of Fates, and they're both really good. So for the Vegeta auto is that when you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with barrier in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and knock it out. If you knocked it out, you choose up to one of your energy and switch it to active mode. So even if you have to hard cast them, it's not that big a deal, because if you knock out something with barrier, you get to restand energy. So you only really spent 1 energy to knock out something in rest mode with barrier, which is really amazing. But if you play with Shugesh, that's a free energy you get to restand. So that is pretty amazing in itself right there. And also we have our 2-drop Goku here. He has barrier, and your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 2 or less can attack. So he's also a really good defense card as well. There's really no shame in hard casting this either, because it just protects you from so much. But again, if you're able to play him for free with Shugesh, that's even better. Alright. Keep it on going with the Saiyans here. We have 4 copies of Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku. Combo with this, and you get to draw a card. So it's basically 4 more super combos in this. But with one of our Great Apes, this literally becomes a super combo. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. Alright, and next up here we have another amazing Shugesh target. We have Priest Face of Recovery Son Goku. He's got Barrier, and when you play this card, choose up to 2 of your energy and switch him to active mode. Arguably the most busted target for Shugesh, because play Shugesh, put down the Goku, and you just restand 2 energy for no reason. You have to be a little bit careful because Borgos is a thing, but again, it's just like the whole thing with Cronoa and Shugesh. It's worth it. The risk is so worth it because it will just propel you so far in the game. And right here is just my 1 tech copy of Trunks Power Overseeing Time. He's an overall of 4. You tap 2 energy for, and you get to search your warp area for a battle card and reveal it. It's most likely going to be Shugesh's, just so you have more access to them. But of course, you can get any battle card as well, whatever you may need at the time. And now let's get into the actual Great Ape engine itself. We've got 3 copies of Lord of Great Apes King Vegeta. When you play this card, choose up to 1 Great Ape with an energy cost of 5 or less from your deck and add it to your hand. So ideally, this is going to be like the main target you do with Shugesh, just to get your main stuff going. And the first Great Ape you would normally search for would be 3 copies of Absolute Defense Great Ape King Vegeta. Now he evolves for 2 yellow and any other energy, because paying that 5 would just be disgusting. He's got Double Strike, and he has 2 permanents, and they're both insane. The first one is that all yellow Saiyan cards in your battle area gain Barrier, and the other one is you reduce the combo cost of all Saiyans in your hand by 1. So that's what I meant by when this Unbreakable literally becomes another super combo, because you don't even have to pay that energy. And you get to still draw a card and have 10k onto you. So he's really insane. Really helps out your Great Apes quite a bit. He's the only Great Ape in this deck that cannot be searched with playing Vegeta with him being a 5 cost. So that's why you would search. That's why this is the main card you would be searching with King Vegeta. And speaking of Great Apes, you're gonna keep going with that with 3 copies of Great Ape Prince Vegeta. It's got Critical, which is amazing. Blocker, as I said, nearly all Great Apes have Blocker. This, I believe, is one of the only exceptions to that. And the auto is when you play or combo this card, look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 Great Ape and add it to your hand. If so, place 1 card from your hand and drop Area. You don't really use that skill too much, but it is something you can use in case you need to find a King Vegeta or your other Great Ape, which is going to be 3 copies of Bardock Will of Iron, Double Strike, Blocker, and the auto doesn't really matter too much. It's just during your turn at the end of the battle, after you combo with this card, choose up to 1 Bardock and evolve it on top. That's what a lot of the other Great Ape cards have too. But as I said, that one doesn't really matter. He's just another double striker that will have Barrier thanks to the King Vegeta. And we do have a way to bring out our Great Apes much more efficiently. And that's going to be with 3 copies of March of the Great Ape. You choose up to 2 Great Ape cards with energy cost of 4 or less from your hand, play them, and draw 2 cards. So ideally you want both a Bardock and Vegeta in your hand. Play the March, play both of these down, and draw 2 cards. So that is the most efficient way to bring out the Great Apes, because having 4 energy just for one of these, you can, but it's nowhere near as good. This gets you so much more value that way. And now to keep going with our extra cards, we have 3 copies of Flying Nimbus. I only run 3 in here because we already have so many blockers in this deck, and they'll have Barrier thanks to the King Vegeta. So I really didn't see a reason to go super heavy on our negates here, but I don't know, I'm starting to like Green Nimbus over 4, but that's just me personally. And speaking of counters, we have our 3 copies of Cold Bloodlust. Another reason I'm not really maxing out on Flying Nimbus, because we have other ways to help negate stuff. So since our leader is a Frieza's army, we get to play this card, and whenever our opponent plays a battle card, we play this, and all of their skills are negated for that turn. So it could be really, really deadly. And of course, we have our 1 copy of Battering Laser. If you're playing yellow, you gotta play at least 1 or 2 of this guy. It's so amazing. It literally counters a counter. So whenever your opponent decides to cold bloodlust you themselves or counter your attack, you play this, you pitch a yellow card, and it's negated. And whenever the cold bloodlust will fail, the negate will fail, all that will fail. And it's just really, really just stupid sometimes. And of course, we have 4 copies of Center Beam since we're going kind of the yellow-blue here. Just being able to restand energy on top with that Goku, the preface recovery is just amazing. And to speed things up, we do have 4 copies of Objection, which works perfectly in decks like with the leader with Broly, that adds a life and draws a card, so you don't ever have to worry about losing hand advantage with Objection, because you always just refill your hand so quickly. And with that, that will do it for my Broly Great Ape deck profile. Might be profiling some other decks with Broly in the future. As I said, there's practically nothing you can't do with this. It's so absurd. But yeah, that's it for this profile. If you guys liked this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel for more Dragon Ball content heading your way. Not gonna want to miss it. Really hope you stick around with us here, because we cannot ask for better fans in the entire world. We all love you guys so, so much. So with that, hope you all have a fantastic day, and you've been released.